Hey, Shalom Akim, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem HaKadosh, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Mission Well, and the Akim out there, preaching the word of the Lord, Ba'ashem Yahushai, on highways and byways, in sincerity and diligence of minds, brother Nash DC Camp. Short lesson to defy the hopeful elect, alright, because this issue of serving the Lord, Ba'ashem Yahushai, comes with the side effect. And when I say side effect, I mean, what you have to deal with in the world. Because the people of this world have no understanding of spiritual things. Okay, and they're going to end up putting their foot in their mouth. All right, because this is a spiritual journey. All right, for you to be on this journey, you got to walk on the Spirit of the Lord Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, you can't have no rush to judgment. You can't be in a rush to speak your mind, all right? Because we have to be long-suffering in the work of the Lord, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Yahushai. And you already see the apostles, Apostle Gabar and Apostle Taha already did a lesson as by, not many noblemen are called, to come do this work, and that's a fact according to the scriptures, all right? So, without further ado, I'm just going to get straight to the point, okay? Because you see the commentary that was left on Elder Taha's page, criticizing him for allowing one of the top brothers, Ariel and GMS Dallas Camp, for having some issues with his with his dental practice. But that's neither here nor there, because the Lord Yahweh already explained it to us that we're going to go through the narrow straight. So don't think that the people of the world will just turn a blind eye and not grumble. Yeah, because they're not really moved by the Spirit of the Lord, they are moved by the cares of this world, and the cares of this world causes unnecessary headaches and unnecessary emotions. All right, and that's why this world is going to hell in a handbasket. So many people are attached, all right, to this world, and the Lord Shai is coming to cause a separation, all right, separate people from their riches, all right, from their physical riches, all right, whether you're a man of the Lord or you're two-third or heathen, all that is coming, and the riches that really count the most is the spiritual riches, and that is what Lord Shai has encouraged his disciples to hold on to. All right, so I'm going to get a quick precept here. It's going to be from the book of Matthew. All right, book of Matthew chapter 20, actually Matthew chapter 16. All right, book of Matthew chapter 16. Yeah, because it's very important that the cares of this world not let it choke your mindset when you come into serve the Lord Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, because the Dallas camp has been around since 2007, I believe. One of the first fruits, of the apostles. All right, so this is the book of Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. All right, it's all simple precepts, but they go a long way, because this is the foundation of serving the Lord Ba'ashem Yahushai and to endure unto the end. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. All right. Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his cross, and follow me. All right. And that's a clear description right there of what to expect when you come to serve the Lord. Even the book of Sirach talks about you're going to be put into a lower state. You're going to be put into between a rock and a hard place when you decide to come serve the Lord. And you shouldn't be upset that the Lord is purging you of your weaknesses. All right? And read one more time, Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. And that's a perfect example of, what the brother, Ariella, the elder Ariella, alright, because the brother is really spiritual, he leads by example, he's a good minister, alright, and that's why the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai always handpicks, his men for certain offices, alright, because that brother is really charitable, he's someone that picks up on things real quickly, alright, even before the camp became that big, I was already watching the brothers, because we started basically around the same time doing the work. So you have to understand, man, when you're serving the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, there's certain things you have to put to the side and proceed forward. All right, because all these so-called degrees and accomplishments and plaques in this world is not going to get you to where you need to be in this truth. All right, because you have to leave that behind, just like Moses left behind all his accomplishments in Egypt to suffer with his own people so they can be delivered. That's the same example, the brother is emulating. Just like Yahweh Shai became poor for our sake, so there is no shame in taking a step down and, focus on what's really important. All right. And then if you go to the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 20, it shows you what the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is going to endow you with once you accept the call to do his work. You accept the responsibility. All right. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 20. It says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me." All right. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne. All right. Because this is the battle that we're fighting against the flesh. All right. You're not going to win this battle if you think, all these so-called self-help philosophies that you could find in the library, find on Amazon.com, that you could listen to on Kindle is going to help you. You're sadly mistaken. It's not going to get you by an inch. But you need something that's more potent, that will take you, to the finishing line and even take you further. All right? To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame, and am set down with my Father in his throne. All right? And that's exactly what we're pressing forward to. That's spiritual blessing, spiritual upliftment. Because at the end of the day, we're striving for that crown. Okay, it's not the crown of this world, of all these things you got to keep on polishing. We are striving for rulership, for spiritual rulership, for spiritual authority. All right, because whatever this world has, has put before us is nothing compared to what the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai has in store for us. All right, just like Paul says, whatever he gained in the world, he counted as dung. All right, so he could attain the kingdom, and that's the same mindset we need to have, because people in this world think, when a man of the Lord is going through a hard time, it means he's not doing his best, he's not good enough, but only not to know that it's just the Lord proving the brother, testing the brother. All right. So we all have our trials, we all have our rough patches we have to go through, but that's not going to disqualify us from doing the work. We just got to keep pushing on. All right. So this is the book of Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. All right. So it says, "For the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai Shema Krakadosh is not unrighteous, to forget your work and labor of love. All right, that brother, it's not just an ordinary brother. It's more than. He's an extraordinary brother. Spiritual brother. That brother has done things for brothers that he never talks about. Even the elders could attest to it. So, I haven't really spoken with brother that much. Just met me a couple of times and that was it. But for what he's done for brothers, you could tell the Lord Yahweh Shemashah is dealing with him and is building him up. All right, because at one time, brother's gonna experience difficulties, and that's not gonna be what's gonna define the brother. It's how the brother comes out of it, how he deals with it. All right. So it says, for the Lord Yahweh Shemashah Bashim Kwakadash is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. So when you see the brother putting out videos as he's driving, all right, quick video here and there, spewing that knowledge that the Lord Yahweh Shemashah has given to him, that's love right there. Ideas jumping in your mind because you gotta be productive, man. So that knowledge, he's not sitting on it; he's spreading it to the brothers. So, I mean, why knock a brother for that? But that's how the world is, That's how the world is, right? You got men of the Lord doing all types of odd jobs just to make ends meet, and the world just laughs at them. But hey, in the eye of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, they're seen as great and mighty men, all right? Because these people are always looking on the outward appearance, all right? But the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai knows exactly, the blessing He's implanted into us, all right? For the Most High Yahweh Shema Shai Bashim Kwakadash is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have shewed toward His name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. All right, so there is no excuse, to stop doing the work. All right, you gotta keep pushing. All right, that's what the Apostle Carr always talks about. You gotta keep pushing, man. You don't have time to be feeling sorry for yourself. All right, all that feeling sorry mindset is the thing of the world. All right, because you gotta get up because the clock is still ticking. So you don't have time to be holding yourself back because this journey has to be finished. Okay. So another precept I'm going to get on the book of Tobit. You can't ignore the examples the Lord Abba Shema Shah has set before us in the Holy Scriptures. All right. So it's very important, man. When you have this knowledge, you share it, and that's exactly what the Ariella has done. All right. So I get this precept from the book of Tobit. This is Tobit chapter 12, verse 9. All right. All right. Let me start from verse 8. Prayer is good with fasting and alms, alms and righteousness. Tobit chapter 12, verse 8. Prayer is good with fasting and alms and righteousness. That's what the brother always say. Pray. You gotta pray. Brothers gotta pray more. Okay. A little with righteousness is better than much with unrighteousness. It is better to give alms than to lay up gold. That's a perfect. That's a one-line hitter right there. It tells you what you got to do. You got to focus more on giving than chasing after the cares of this world, than chasing after riches. Then verse 9 says, "For alms doth deliver from debt, and shall purge away all sin. And by brothers doing good deeds unto each other, the Most High is making sure they're covered by the blood of the Lord Yahushua." Alright? Those that exercise alms and righteousness shall be filled with life. And that's exactly what we're being rewarded with on a daily basis. This knowledge, this wisdom, the Most High is increasing the capacity that we can handle. Alright? and you're sharing it with the world, we're sharing with Akim. So there is no excuse, all right, to say that this word was not made known, all right, because our brothers are putting up lessons day and night, okay, and this is the book of Galatians, the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 8, all right, and it reads, "For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption." All right, for he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. All right, so when you see all these businesses being shut down, folks losing their minds and jumping off, they bugging out, they killing themselves, it just shows that their faith was weak, that their trust in the Lord was nowhere to be found. All right, because at the end of the day, the man of the Lord only understands what's going on and is going to seek the Lord more, 10 times more. Okay? But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. All right? And that's why I can always grow and learn more and more with each adversity that they experience. All right? And that's what this difficult times is about. It's for Akim to learn what the Lord Yahweh Shemashah is working on, and then they're able to prepare themselves for the next chapter that's coming. All right. So Jacob's troubles around the corner. Folks are complaining about losing businesses, man. So when all the businesses are shut down, what are people going to complain about? All right. So it says, "But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting," and that's the goal. That's the ultimate goal, life everlasting. All right. When you sow that seed in the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, Shema Kwakadash, and you water it, that seed is guaranteed, all right, to reap, 20-fold, 50-fold, 10,000-fold, all right. That investment is protected, but with this world, nothing is guaranteed. It's a mess, all right. This world is a mess. So when you're doing the work of the Lord, you're protected, all right. So this is the book of Matthew chapter 19, verse 24. All right, it says, I'm going to get straight to the point. It's just, when it concerns the rich man. All right, so this is the book of Matthew chapter 19, verse 23. It says, "Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven." All right, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. What's the kingdom of heaven? That's it. I came out there preaching the word of the Lord about Shema Shai, the elect, 1/3, all right, that have chosen to forsake their lives in this captivity and to focus more on the Lord about Shema Shai, all right. But this rich of this world, these so-called entertainers and the athletes and multi-billionaires and trillionaires and millionaires, it's as if they don't exist. All right, they have the look of an Israelite, they got the mannerisms of an Israelite, but when it comes to them building the kingdom, they are nowhere to be found. All right, so it says that, "Verily I say unto you that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven." Why? Because they're not interested in doing the work of the Lord. All they have is just lip service. A little bit of a so-called charity to put their name out there on the airwaves. That's about it. But when it comes to them preaching the gospel, going in to the Lashon Kodash and observing the high holy days, feeding the flock according to the commandments of the Lord Yahushai. So see if nothing's registering with them. So then you understand that the Messiah is not really dealing with them. The Messiah just left them outside, okay, because they're not really part of the tabernacle. All right. So this is the book of Matthew chapter 19, verse 24. "And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel, a beast, okay, a beast of burden to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom. And that's exactly what the Lord Yahweh Shai has likened his disciples to, as beasts of burden. They got to carry their cross. That's what the Lord Yahweh Shai said in Matthew chapter 16. You got to carry your cross. You got to bear your cross, right? You got to deny yourself, all right? All right, so Matthew chapter 16, verse 24, then said Yahweh Shai unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. And take up his cross and follow me. All right? And that's what it boils down to. It's about carrying your responsibilities. All right? Accepting the requirements for the ministry. Okay? That's what the Lord Yahweh Shai is asking his elect to do, and it's not a problem to serve the Lord. But when you have the cares of this world as an obstacle, then you understand that some people, man, they just like to have it so. All right. So final precept is going to be from the book of First Timothy. First Timothy chapter 6. From verse 6 to 8, it says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. And that's what it boils down to. You have to understand what it means to worship the Lord Yahweh Shai and to be glad for what He's giving you. To be glad for your daily bread. Alright? Because certain days you might make $1,000. Some days you might make $1,200, might make $50 here and there. But at the end of the day, you still praise the Lord Yahweh Shai, because He's the one that's giving you the strength to get what you need to pay your bills and pay your mortgage and all that stuff, nutrition and all that. Give alms to the brotherhood. So it's a beautiful thing, man, to see things clearly and not be moved by the so-called, fake or vain concerns or opinions of the people. All right. First Timothy chapter 6, verse 6, but godliness with contentment is great gain. Verse 7, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out of it. So all that talk about brother's business going sideways because of persecution, saying that the elders were indecisive or give bad advice, that's besides the point. Alright, so people just need to understand, man, and just keep quiet and let the Lord do His work without them grumbling. Okay? And the Lord always said, every idle word, that man shall utter, they shall be held accountable for it. Okay? So it says, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out of it. Alright? And that's exactly what it is. You gotta understand that's how a child is. When a child comes into this world, you don't see a child, coming in with gold and all that stuff, and gold, and platinum and riches and all that. And when it's time for someone to pass away, what are they taking with them? Nothing. Alright, they just turn to dust. So it's that simple. So verse 8 says, and having food and raiment, let us be there with content. Alright, because we're not really in our kingdom right now. Alright, we're not really, in the what you call rulership. Alright, we're going through that training process. So that's the point that I can, don't let the opinions of these people sway you or make you lose some sleep, man. I mean, you're gonna get upset, but at the end of the day, you just gotta shrug it off because you got something much more important to focus on than be, dealing with these people and going back and forth with them. Alright, because we're here to please the Lord Yahweh Shai. We're not really here to please these people. So this so-called Paul Kersey dude, Mr. Vigilante, Mr. Death Wish, It's just carnal, man. You can't be carnal. I think you're gonna serve the Lord effectively. You have to understand what the Lord Yahweh Shemashai requires of you. All right, because at the end of the day, you have to understand that what the Lord Yahweh Shemashai has for you is much more important. All right, than what this world, is gonna try to entice you with. Okay, so just understand, man. You gotta have that sacrifice, man. The sacrifice always gotta be pleasing to the Lord, so that way you know that you're covered. So that was the point there, Akim. You just got to understand that what we have in this world doesn't really define us. What really defines us is how we deal with the Holy Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashima Kwakadash. All right, Shalom Akim.